I need to blow your mind how estrogen affects muscles because you know testosterone grows men's muscles, so why are you surprised that estrogen will grow your muscles? You see, estrogen preserves your muscle mass and your strength and the quality of your muscle. And as your hormones decline, let's say between 42 and 55, your estrogen going down affects the muscle mass, so the size and strength. And that is a big deal. Because you see, losing muscle mass is called sarcopenia, which is a predictor of longevity. So your muscle mass matters. And each year after 40, you're basically losing 1% of your muscle mass. 1%. So estrogen affects your myosin, which binds to actin, and that allows your body to generate force. Hence why your strength will go down, and strength is technically separate than your muscle mass. The processes that estrogen affects that affects your muscles are how your protein turns over. So number one, you consume protein, but you probably aren't consuming enough protein, and your protein processes, you don't break down what you take in as well, and you're not taking in enough protein because you think you are gaining weight, so you were eating less. So now we have multiple problems happening. Then the lack of estrogen, as the estrogen deficiency happens, affects your mitochondria, which is the powerhouse of the cell, if you remember that from PPOs when you were little, those tests. And mitochondria is what makes brown fat brown, is all that mitochondria. Estrogen also affects your inflammation in your satellite cells, which are in your muscles. The satellite cells are in your muscles, and this is really important why as our estrogen goes down, our inflammation goes up, we don't remodel as well. And this is why you're saying part of the reason you are so sore after your workouts. So your decrease of estrogen is causing an increase in inflammation, muscle atrophy, so weakness, you're not processing your protein as well, you have a mitochondria issue, you have a powerhouse issue. You're not remodeling as well. You're not remodeling and making as much muscle. It's not the same quality of muscle. But you're somehow surprised by this. But remember, if testosterone fuels muscle in men, and yes, women do have testosterone, but that doesn't really take over to your postmenopausal, don't be surprised that estrogen fuels muscles for women. And of course, progesterone, but technically estrogen receptors are the king here, not so much progesterone. And the reason we care about your strength is your lack of muscle and your lack of strength predicts your longevity. But here's what you can do. You can increase your protein consumption and you can increase your weightlifting. Now, don't confuse cardio classes that involve weights as weightlifting, because I need you to make gains in your strength and your muscle mass. So yes, you might be moving weights in your workout class, but that might not be pushing you to fatigue. I need you to really push yourself to make your muscles tired so they break down and we build up more, because we can kind of force the process by overcompensating by consuming more protein because we just don't process it as well, and do more weightlifting because we're losing, but we can make gains, strength gains. So estrogen is the key ovarian hormone that is important for women's muscles, muscle mass, muscle strength. And I know you're shocked, but tell your friends.